Hello and welcome to the Toon Terraces Podcast. And I'm joined by some strange faces which you probably haven't seen because one hasn't been on for probably since the first one that we did, and one just hasn't been on since we've started doing these. So it's welcome to Max and Matt. How are you both doing?
Great.
Good, thanks, Mark.
Sort of.
Not bad.
Good. Are you enjoying the good weather?
I am.
Well,
we're in
well,
the same country, so
yeah. I've just come back from Portugal, so the weather over there was a lot better than it is here. So
it's absolutely
2 days
glorious. No, it's glorious sunshine in the Toon.
It's been raining down here in the Midlands. It's been miserable.
It's been great in Stockholm. If anyone's wondering,
it's been great in the Toon, and yeah. Well, to be honest, I'm talking about the weather because it's probably a little bit more interesting than talking about the game on Sunday.
Yeah, I'd rather not talk about it.
No, but yeah, I think everyone's making it out to be worse than it actually is when you look at it back and you look at the stats and everything like that. We weren't as bad. We just didn't finish the chances that we had, and they did. And that was the main issue. I'm not even going to get onto the penalty because people will have different decisions. I've looked at that and I can still go, I still can't be 100% it didn't hit his hand. But that's by the by. The one thing that obviously I want to just touch on with regards to this is the antics aspect of it. We know fine well that we're going to, we get called for the, whatever they want to call it, the dark arts or the game management or the time wasting or whatever it is. But this was an Arsenal side that decided to do that from minute one. Now, if this is a side that is supposedly as good as they are, they shouldn't have to demean themselves to do that to get a result at St. James's. Yeah, what were your thoughts? Because I think both of you watched it on the TV, so you would have had a different perspective to what was in the ground.
Yeah, I think what they've done is they've taken what we did down at the Emirates personally. I think they've literally probably got the knickers in a twist and thought, right, we're not going to let them do it to us at the Emirates, so we're going to do that at St James's. That's exactly what they did. They spent the whole game falling over. Ramsdale from minute one was taking ages on the goal kicks. It was quite apparent what their plan was. It was to come, disrupt, settle the crowd down, wind a couple of the players up, because it was quite clear to see that, players like Joe Linton and was just going mental at little things that you probably couldn't quite see. And Xhaka was at it all game like he normally is. You could see what their plan was. And to be fair to him, it did work. It's frustrating as a Newcastle fan. But, if we went to the Emirates and did that, then, we'd be laughing. And it is a hard pill to take because I'm not a big fan of Arteta. I think Arteta spends more time spitting and shouting at his own team than he does actually, giving out instructions. And I think it all stems from him, to be fair. Do you know the way Arteta conducts himself on the touchline? It's just, for me, it's out of order. It's not. I wouldn't want Eddie Howe doing that, and I'm so glad that he doesn't. So if Arteta is acting like that on the touchline, what chance has his team got of acting calm and being professional? They're all just as bad as each other. Jesus was at it all game, falling over. Towards the end of the game, Shaw gave him a good elbow in the face, and you don't like to see that, do you? But there was a part of me that thought, well, that's quite sweet, that is, because he deserved that. But in hindsight, looking back at it, I can't complain too much of the result because, I feel like Arsenal were slightly better on the day. We didn't take our chances, and they did. And that's it, pretty much.
Max?
Yeah, I agree with everything Matt said there. It was pretty spot on. I don't see the point in everyone pointing fingers at each other, accusing of time wasting and these dark arts that's floating around. I don't know, that became a thing like this year. I don't know what's going on. It's a weird sort of thing.
It's a Newcastle thing, because Newcastle do it. It's called the dark arts,
and it's just because Ten Hag lifted it in his press conference, and then everyone's like, "Oh yeah, they're doing that." And now look at this stat; they're taking so much. The ball is out of play longer than any other team, and blah blah. But I don't find it like sustainable in the debate, because we still, like Eddie Howe says, we want to play with intensity and that sort of kind of mentality and be on the front foot. And I hate that expression, but you get what I mean. But it's still like we try to play the game and we play at a very high intensity. If we take some extra time during our goal kicks, okay, that's maybe not so fun for the opposition. But I think what Arsenal did in the weekend was just dirty. They fell down for everything. They were complaining in the starting fights. They were actually being very annoying, and like Matt said, they got under our skin. And I tweeted at halftime. I said, I really hope the players can like keep their heads, because they're falling for this trap now, because we're getting frustrated. The crowd is getting frustrated, and then they make mistakes and stuff happen. But yeah, I don't know. I think this sort of time wasting thing is something the referees first of all should have a really good look at during the summer now, and try to maybe stop it at like take time for like throw-ins, and maybe force plays that when they sit down and pretend to be injured, but they're really not. They're just like I can't move.
Not Xhaka.
Now I need to sit it. Yeah, he did that 5 times during one game.
Yeah.
He got hit.
Yeah.
He got hit with the ball on his leg, like every footballer ever, and he sat down for 5 minutes just complaining how hurt he was. And in those moments, you want the referee to maybe go in and be like, hey, you're okay. You can get up and sit on the outside the area and just get your medical treatment then. But then your team is gonna be down to 10 men. You can decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that TalkSport have said, because they've perfectly grabbed Eddie Howe's, quotes of what he said in a press conference. They were taken from a question from a journalist, and obviously they've been taken. Look,
just point out the TalkSport thing was done by Laura Woods, who in herself is an Arsenal fan.
Well, it's quite but they work off clickbait, don't they? And they obviously want people to react.
Yeah, of course they do.
Eddie Howe wouldn't have brought that up, I don't think, unless he was asked the question.
Well, that's the thing. He was asked the question. Arteta was asked the question, and funnily enough,
avoided.
He didn't want to be as vocal as he was at the Emirates.
He wouldn't make it
January.
That's why it's annoying me, because it's you can say Eddie is hypocritical,
but
Arsenal,
the fact is, it's not down. But for me, in terms of the time wasting, it's not down to Eddie Howe. It's not down to Mikel Arteta. It's down to the referee to do that.
Yeah, that's my point also.
If after like the first couple of times that, let's say, Ramsdale was taking his time with the goal kicks, take your time. Yeah, if you take your time once more, you give him the verbal warning. Do it once more, you're in the booth. He does it once more, it's a yellow card. If you've done that with another player, yellow card, you get a couple of yellow cards out of the way, and it calms the game down. And that's what I said from after the first few times, and the challenges where there was a really bad challenge in that and I was going, well, where's the yellow card? And it's like, no, nothing coming. And I'm just like, those sort of things probably would have calmed it down. Now, in both the end of the first half and the end of the second half, there was like scuffles and pushing and shoving in that. And that was all down to the fact that the referee and his refereeing team did not control that match from minute 1 to minute 90, whenever it was where the game finished. And that was the frustrating thing for me. Yes, you understand Arsenal, if they're going up, I'm going to try and wind up the crowd by wasting time. That's something I don't really have a blame on Arteta doing it, or Arsenal doing it, or us doing it for that matter. But it's down to the referee to go, well, hang on, no, you're taking the mick here now. Yeah. So if Nick Pope was taking his time and he got a yellow card for time, he said, that's fine, we'll accept that. We've done that.
Exactly. You saw Ramsdale, 3 minutes in, taking his time. If the ref noticed straight away, and if he did it again, you'd be like, go over to him and have a word with him and go, you do it again, mate, you're in the book. And he didn't book him once. So it's just going to keep happening and happening.
I think there was only one
fouls and
Arsenal
falling
player.
over.
Yeah, there was only one Arsenal player booked, and I'm shocked at that because I think
Yeah,
there
you
should
let
have
it.
been.
If you let it keep happening, it won't stop, will it? It'll just keep
No.
on happening,
And
keep on happening.
the other thing which I found, both him and the board linesman, it was down like the Milburn side for most of the game, were given absolutely nothing. And it's like, how funny enough, he's from Greater Manchester, and I'm like, oh right, so he probably supports Man U. And you look at these sort of, but you look at these sort of things, and you do look at it, and it is, when you do look at it, and it reaches back from, and I'll go back, just Nick, quickly, the penalty decision. But if everyone's saying, oh, it's so clear that it didn't hit his hand, well, right? If it's so clear, why did the referee need to spend well over a minute at that screen looking at it?
And VAR spent 5 minutes looking at it and was like,
it took a while to look at it, and I'm going, right, if you're spending that much time looking at an image, it is not clear and obvious, and therefore should have, so you just think that, and then you go back at the Liverpool game when Fulham went to Anfield, and Darwin Núñez went down in the box with no contact from the Fulham player, and VAR didn't ask the referee to have a look at that. So you sort of go, well, come on, no one wants to think that there's an agenda or whatever, but mistakes like that will just add fuel to the fire. And the annoying thing for me is we've been robbed by having the best referee in the league from refereeing us because he supports us. And the similar thing with Clattenburg, when Clattenburg was in, he supported us, so we didn't have him. So there's been 2 occasions where we've had the best referee in the refereeing team, and we could never have him because he supports us.
Yeah, this dark arts and game management that they all talk about, it all stems from, like you say, not being refereed properly. It's been a common theme for Premier League all season, hasn't it? Referees not being up to scratch, VAR being a mess. If the referees were literally doing their job properly and there were top refs, which there should be because it's the Premier League, surely this game management that we all keep seeing would have been scrapped ages ago because they wouldn't have been allowed to do it.
Well, exactly. Well, no, exactly. It is that thing, and it is, the one thing which I've said in it could be a defence with regards to Newcastle is because we play that intense, maybe it is a case of just having that couple of extra seconds as a breather to help.
It just came for Newcastle as well. Of course it does,
And it is just those things. Simple fact, we're not going to really go over the game too much.
No.
First goal, could we have cut it out before that? A lot of people blaming Nick Pope. I think he doesn't see the shot until late.
If you're scoring from there, it's a good goal, in my opinion.
I mean, it went just between Botman's legs, so it's so super hard for him to anticipate where it's going. He was thinking probably we were going to block it. So,
well, to be fair, I actually thought it was going to go wide, and then it nestled in the back of the net. And I'm going, and then obviously the second goal, which they scored, was just unlucky from Shaw. Nick Pope, I think, is back to his best in terms of as a keeper because he pulled off some fantastic saves, especially in the second half, where Arsenal were getting in like 1-on-1, and he was out there quick and he was making his body big and he was doing what he needs to do to save it. Question that I'm going to ask is, did Eddie Howe get the lineup wrong? And the way I'm going to put it is starting Isak and Wilson at the same time because that didn't seem to work at all.
No, he didn't get the lineup wrong. And Isak and Wilson would work. It's just we were playing against literally the best team in the league, away from Man City.
Right.
And if we'd have played any other team, I believe it would have been absolutely fine. I think he probably will start them 2 again. It's just the opponents we played. It might have been a bit.
No, but I'm on about for that particular game, for the Arsenal game, was that the right lineup?
No, because when I look at it as the fan I am, I want us to be going all guns blazing no matter what, even against the top teams at home, because that's, I feel like, where the position we're in now. If we're at home and we're playing these top teams, you want to be matching them. You don't want to be backing off and going, let's be a little bit.
Well, no, but if we put it, I think it was unfortunately too late in the game, but he took Wilson off and put Maxi on, and it was instantly improved. Maxi came on, and you could see that what would be missing. So there is that where you're sort of looking and going, yes, it's okay, maybe putting Wilson and Isak on for, or Isaac, if whichever way you want to pronounce it. Yeah,
Isak.
He said Isaac on
but
the video.
He's been traumatized by you guys saying it wrong to him, so he's give me some time.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave that debate there. But no,
I will die on this hill.
But I just think for that one, because we know it was going to be. Did we really need that sort of strike force there? Yeah. Did we need that? I'm actually going to say this. I thought Bruno had his worst game for us. He was poor. He wasn't.
I thought he was dreadful, to be honest.
Yeah,
I really did think he was dreadful. Yeah, he was too slow on the ball, and a lot of the times he's a bit slow on the ball. And he'll win a foul. He'll win a foul, and you think, okay, he's got away with that one there. He's been clever, but Arsenal were just a little bit too clever for him. I felt on the day. Don't get me wrong, Bruno for me is the best player we've got, but he needed to wisen up a little bit, and he needed to have be a bit quicker on the ball. He was having too much time on the ball, and he was trying to be a little bit too clever in positions where he didn't need to be. And mate, he'll learn from it, and he'll get better from it, of course.
Yeah, you have to remember it's his first season still in the full season in the Premier League. So, and he's also still young, and I still don't know about that ankle issue he has had. If it's still bugging him, it might be something he has to take painkillers for. Or I don't know, something that disturbs him during the game. So you never know. But yeah, I also thought he had a pretty poor game. But we don't have anyone else to put there really. So yeah.
Well, depending on whether or not he comes back, you've got Longstaff who can fit in.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah.
Which obviously we'll get on.
He was a big miss
to that one later on. What we'll do is we'll move away from the game because, quite frankly, I don't really want to focus on that too much more.
We went toe to toe with the second best team in the league, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah. Well, the fact is, if we look at this and just off this statistic, this is the season as a whole. We've hit the.
I think 20 of them are Jacob Murphy.
I know,
it might be.
Yeah, there he is. Speaking of the devil.
But no, so you look at that and you're just going, could have been different if,
Yeah, but that's a lot of if, buts, and maybes for me. That's a bit too much.
Yeah,
it is. Now, this is the other thing when you're looking at this side. Is pressure growing on us in terms of our finish? Because obviously it's now only a gap of 3 between us and Liverpool.
I don't know. I'm a little bit more nervous now than I was last week, but I feel like Liverpool haven't played that game extra, and Man United are still in there sniffing around. So we've got a 1 in 3 chance. Is that right? Is that 1 in 3 chance? Is that right? So yeah, 2 in 3 chance. That's what I was looking for. So I'm still confident. I think we'll be fine. I think Liverpool might just creep in the way Man United are playing at the minute.
Well, here's just the question then, and we're going there. Brighton, I think, at 7 will rule them out. Are Spurs out the race?
Yeah, I think so. They're too inconsistent for me.
Yeah, Spurs were at the race a while ago, I think.
So it's basically...
I think we knocked them out of the race.
Yeah.
So it's basically a 3-horse race. It's Newcastle, Manchester United, and Liverpool.
Yeah. I think if we get 2 more wins, I think we might be good, because I read that somewhere that Liverpool only can get like 71 at their highest. If they win all the games, they can get 71. Points.
And our goal difference is quite good, isn't it? Look.
Yeah, we have a really good goal difference also, so that's very massive favouring us for us.
If we look at it in terms of the Man U one, it's an extra point. Yeah.
Yeah.
The case in Manchester United. Yeah, that's an extra point in our favour on that sense. It's just one of those things that you look at there. I'm going to put the I'm actually going to put the pressure on you now. If you had to say yes or no right now, with the 4 games remaining, will Newcastle United make it in the top 4?
Yes.
Absolutely. I could, yeah. In my opinion, anyway.
I'm just not as confident as I think. If we win on Saturday, I've probably got more confidence in that. But at the moment, it's you look at that and you're going, we've got to go to Elland Road under a new manager like Sam Allardyce. We then face Brighton at home, and if it's the Brighton that played yesterday, then we've got a chance. If it's
that
not,
would be great.
Yeah, if it's not, then we could struggle in that. And then the Leicester side now, that one's probably the one where you're looking at and going, that's probably the game that you're looking at and probably thinking that's probably where you're going to get points from. So it's just at the minute I'm not as confident as I probably was maybe a week ago.
No, that's because Liverpool are creeping up on us, but
I think
we'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't expect to win against Arsenal. I mean, it's still the second best team in the league. Was the first best team in the league for a long time, and I see. I mean, the Leeds game, I can see how it can be difficult, but they're also a complete mess of a team. I don't know if Allardyce can get them sorted out in like 2 weeks, one and a half week. And of course, Brighton is a good side, but home at St James's under the lights, 2 games. Also Leicester under the lights on a Monday. I can't see a situation where we lose like all 3 games. I think we can beat Chelsea away also, because Chelsea are also a mess. I mean, they won against Bournemouth, but Bournemouth are pretty much safe now, so it's not that big of a challenge. So for me, I think we can get it safe. I don't remember which teams Manchester United are playing. I know Liverpool have some easy games, but they also have Aston Villa, I think, away on the last day. That's a tough game. So I really hope we can do it now that we're so close. I feel like we deserve to have it now.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone probably would have took 5th or 6th at the start of the season, but I think it's because when you spent that much time in the top 4 and that you're sort of thinking it would be a gutter if that didn't happen.
Yeah, I think also this is the prime time to do it, because now this season Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, all of them have been such a mess, and we've like snuck our way past them all and have been 3rd or 4th all season. I think it's going to be tougher next season when Chelsea with a new manager and Tottenham with a new manager. So it's like the best time now to do it, if we can do it.
Yeah, I look at it as a fact from we've only lost 5 all season. We've played 34 games. We've lost 5 all season. That. Yeah, in the league, and I can't see us losing 2. Let's say losing 2. We might lose 1 more, but when you look at the actual teams we're playing against, I still can't see us actually dropping too many points. Brighton just got smashed 5-1 by Everton, who this season have been absolutely dreadful. I know Brighton have been good this season, but like Max said, at home under the lights, I think we'll be absolutely fine with that one. You've got Leeds, who can't even score a goal. They're absolutely dreadful. And I hope Sam Allardyce, when he gets them relegated, I hope we never see him in management again, because I really don't like Sam Allardyce. And I can't remember the last 2 games. But if you look at the games we lost, one was against Arsenal, one recently. They're second, and they've been top the majority of the season. Man City was at the Etihad. That was only 2-0. One was a freak loss against Aston Villa. That was just a one-off, and I was there. It was horrendous, and let's not talk about it again. And then who are the other 2?
Liverpool.
Both Liverpool. Yeah, both Liverpool. One was last minute. Well, I say last minute, in the extra added 100 minutes that Liverpool had on
Yeah.
at Anfield. And then obviously the other game at home, which,
red card.
Yeah, exactly. So for me,
And we had so many opportunities that game also.
Absolutely. So I'm confident. Glass half full.
Well, that's great to hear. And what we'll do is we'll just move on to the final topic that we're going to be looking at tonight, which is the Longstaff conundrum. And that is, if he's going to be out for longer, how do we cover the loss for him? But if he's going to be back fit, it's another question on that, which is, what do we do? Yeah, who do you drop? Because at the minute it's Bruno, Big Joe, and Little Joe. Yeah, if we're going to start playing like ASM or Isak out on the left, so it's like, what happens to the midfield? What would does Longstaff get in regardless? As long as he's fit.
I think so. Yeah.
I know the team I play. I saw it on Twitter the other day, and I thought that's exactly the team I play. So I'd still start with Isak and Wilson, but I'd probably put Isak on the right, and then I'd put Wilson through the middle, and I'd have Joelinton and Joe Willock rotating like they normally do, and I'd put Longstaff back in the centre. I never thought I'd say it because I've never been a huge Longstaff fan, but the amount of running and work he does for the team allows the better players technically to do what they have to do going forward. And I feel like he was a big miss against Arsenal. So he has to be back in the team for me. So I'll probably put Isak on the right and then Joelinton on the left.
And Max, you can probably answer this, but can Isak play on the right?
I guess so, yeah, but I think his preferred is left if he has to choose. He definitely can do it, but I mean, I think
it's Max just upsetting, a player by playing him in a position that he doesn't want to play in.
Maybe, but I think maybe just play Isak alone and have Wilson on the bench again, and just do it as we did. If we need him, put him on, and he scores 2 goals easy.
Well, to be fair, it's a bit of a dry spell for Isak. He hasn't.
Yeah, that's true, but
in 2 games.
That's true, but I think he just needs some more time to adjust, and I think some of the games haven't really fitted him. I mean, like the Everton game and such, because of the physical. No, wait, it didn't start the Everton game. I'm sorry, I get confused. I switch all the time. But no, I'd like to see Longstaff back in. I think he's the engine in that midfield, and he's the glue that keeps. I think also the right hand side hasn't worked as well without him. I don't know why. It seems just like he doesn't make. I mean, Joelinton doesn't make the same runs he does, and for some reason, I don't know. Jacob Murphy. The triangle we had with Trippier, Almiron, and Longstaff worked so well in the beginning of the season. It's had faded away slowly, and now I think Murphy and Trippier, it works, but it not some weird way it doesn't work as well as with when Miggy was playing, and with Longstaff doing his like inside the channel runs that was so effective. And I definitely see him back in the team. I don't know, and I also like the Joelinton Joe Willock interchange on the left. But now we have Maxi back also, he looked really good against Arsenal the last 15 minutes when he had the ball. Everything we created came through him. So if he's fit enough to play, I'd start him too also. So
well, here's the question: would you drop Bruno, given the performance against Arsenal?
No.
And because it's like, does he maybe need a rest? Is that? Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe if that's the case. Maybe yes, but I don't see who can. I mean, we have seen how we play without him, and I think we had our worst form when he wasn't playing. I mean, we didn't win so many games.
Champions League's not secured either. So until that's secured, I wouldn't be dropping him.
Yeah,
even if he has another stinker.
Well, resting him. Sorry. Well, that's fine. Even the best players will have the odd stinker once in a while.
I agree.
You don't just drop him off one stinker. That's my opinion. What do you think, Mark? Do you think you should drop him?
I'm torn on this because there is a part of me where I'm like, for the greater good, would it be like a side like Leeds where it's probably going to be really physical and stuff like that. Is it maybe worth dropping Bruno, resting him just for that game? Obviously, have him on the bench, so if he needs to come on, he can come on. But I just think, is it maybe worth doing that? If Longstaff's not back fit, I wouldn't mind seeing Elliot Anderson given a shot to start.
I thought he looked really bright when he came on.
He did.
On the right, yeah.
I thought that as well. He's built up, like the physicality aspect of it. So he's got like the muscles built up in there. So he looks stronger. He looks more determined. And it's like, is he more like of the Longstaff sort of like more type of player? So that if Longstaff's not fit, he could take the place.
Yeah. I don't know how good he is defensively though. I think offensively it looks really promising. Defensively, I don't know. It looks like maybe he has some more to work on because he's still so young. But yeah, we're really light in midfield. That's a big worry. I mean, for the last few games, if Longstaff is injured, then we only have 3 fit central midfielders, where one isn't actually a midfielder. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we have a better balance when Joelinton plays out on the left. I really do.
I agree. Yeah.
It's just the way he tracks back and he works so well with Joe Willock. And whenever we've played our best football, Joelinton has played out on the left, and especially to help Dan Burn, the ground that Joelinton covers and the way they can double up on a winger, it's just worked really well all season. And I can't see a team without Joelinton out on the left. He plays well in the centre, absolutely, but I feel like he plays better out on the left and it's more suited to the way the team is. But, on Elliot Anderson, why not give him a shot out on the right-hand side? Because the right-hand side is more for grabs, I feel, than it is, in any other part of the pitch. Because for me, Longstaff's a starter now, Bruno's a starter, Joelinton's a starter, and Joe Willock's a starter. They're all 4 of them are always going to start under Eddie Howe, I think. Obviously, unless somebody's injured or he's resting somebody, depending on who we're playing against.
Well, we'll round this off with a quick sort of like challenge for you. If you just name one player, if we were to sign one player this summer, who would it be? This is like your ideal signing for that we should be making in the summer.
Can we name 3 players or just one player?
Just one. I'm going to make it tough for you.
One.
Oh shit. Okay.
I can jump to go, Max. What do you think?
I think. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I never thought I'd say it, but I think it's a bit of a dream signing as well, though, because I don't think he'll come to us. But I think it'll be Declan. I want Declan Rice. I think he'd be perfect in our team and the way we play. It'd allow Bruno to get forward more, and other players, him and Longstaff together in that midfield would just be absolutely ridiculous. And it'd be a nice problem to have.
Yeah, I was going to say Moses Caicedo from Brighton because I think Declan Rice is going to be too expensive. But yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah,
I think Caicedo is he looks like a really good player, and I think he's going to also be too expensive. So we'll see. Maybe I've seen us linked with the Thuram from Nice, also defensive midfielder. Looks like a really good player also. But I think the defensive midfielder, just any type of midfielder really, so we can have some more cover there. That would be great. I mean, I saw Isaac Hayden's coming back to us this summer, so maybe he can get an Eddie Howe sort of resurrection.
Revival. Yeah.
Well, no, I'd probably agree with both of you in that, because the one signing that I had in my mind that I would love us to go out and make is Declan Rice.
Yeah, I think that's the dream signing for most clubs.
I do agree that
even when we got beat,
but
if we're going to be making the Champions League, we need to be going for these types of players.
Yeah, but it's not 100 million plus,
and it's a real.
But it's a quite the transfer.
But we spent 6 on.
Yeah, but I think West Ham's
Declan Rice turned down 200 grand a week at West Ham.
They're going to start a bidding war for him. It's going to be like 5 different Premier League clubs bidding for him.
There can only be 4 because he says he'll only go to a Champions League club.
Oh, he did it. Okay. Well, Manchester City might not want him.
But I don't
so
think Man
three-
City would
three
go
clubs.
for him. So I think Arsenal might.
I think he'll go to
Liverpool,
Arsenal
but-
personally.
Would Man U, if they got in the Champions League, go for him?
No, they have
Maybe
Casemiro
not.
now.
So then realistically, it's a fight between two, Arsenal and Newcastle, and it's whether or not he thinks that going to Arsenal, has he got loyalty to West Ham because there's a bit of a London rivalry there. So would he go to Arsenal?
But I still don't think we would pay that money for him.
We might not, but I just love it, and because even when we beat them 5-1, he was standout, the best player on the pitch, and again against Manchester United when they won, he's been the standout player. And it's not just like the playing ability as well, but because it's a big thing with Eddie Howe is his personality, and I think
He's very likable.
He's got the right personality. He's not a hothead. He's not a negative force or something like that.
Captain,
I think. Yeah, but I just think and he's still young,
English.
and that's what we need to look at that and go. And as you said, it would bring that proper defensive midfielder in, and you imagine having a midfield of, let's say, Declan Rice, Bruno Guimaraes, and Joe Willock. It's exactly it's just that one signing has bumped that midfield up to another level straight away.
In terms of everything, Mark, he's literally the perfect player for us because that's the position we need to strengthen. He's English, he's young, like you say, he's a good lad, he's a captain. But what I think he probably won't happen is because Newcastle and Eddie Howe and Amanda, we went a bit out and went 63 million on this sack. I know we'll be going for those type of players if we do qualify for the Champions League. But the wage structure, I think he's on 70 grand a week now, and he turned down 200 grand a week 18 months ago. Now our highest earning player is on like 130 grand a week. So if he was to come,
the rumours
he'd be wanting, in my opinion, he'd be wanting over 200 grand a week.
The rumours when
the wage structure.
But no, because the rumours that we were talking about. Well, see, but the fact that again, and I know it's the case we need to do it incrementally, but we are going to need it. So if we've got someone on 130,000, I don't think going up to 200,000 is that much.
I think they'll do it gradually. If they can negotiate maybe a flat wage of 150 and then say, right, if you appearances, goals, you get all these and extras, maybe. But I can't see you accepting, a little bit less than 200 grand. But you have to bridge the gap, don't you? You can't.
Yeah, but we'll put it this way, and this is the other reason why I'm gonna. Let's say because you've had all these stories, where they say, PIF want to make a marquee signing this summer if we make it into the Champions League, and everyone was talking about like Neymar and Ronaldo and stuff like that. Well, this would be a marquee signing, but it would also be an Eddie Howe type signing. It'd be a player that would suit Eddie Howe's squad harmony in that. And you look at that, well, it ticks all the boxes. It's a marquee signing, not a massive amount of wages. Which there's like Neymar and Ronaldo and that would. But he's English, so you've got that. He's English, he's young, he's hungry. Even if let's say we pay 120 million for him, if he gets better, then you could be looking at 200. Do you know what I mean? That value could increase. So you look at that, and that's where, in my mind, that's why I was looking at it, because I'm like, there's been all this talk about if we do make it into the top four, PIF are probably going to look at wanting to do a marquee signing just to sort of like stamp the authority on it. And I'm like, well, if that is the case, what better signing? Because it fits the bill. It's a marquee signing, and it's not vastly expensive in terms of a deal that I think you would probably need for Neymar or Ronaldo, and I wouldn't want either of them there. And because he fits the bill in terms of the personality that Eddie Howe would be looking at compared to those other two as well. So it's just one of those ones where you agree. It's like the perfect all-round.
The problem is we need to spend on the whole squad and just not one player. I don't know how much room we have with the financial fair play. If we play that much for him, we still need, in my opinion, left back, center back, more attacking options. So I don't know if that constrains us too much on one player, and then we lose the opportunity to buy other players.
You've got Marcus Thuram, who's available on a free transfer. So That's
Yeah,
someone who
but
could come in as a.
Then we need to get him. Maybe he wants to go to some other club, and then we
No,
lose
but
him, and then we
but
lose...
we can't. Yeah, this is a thing.
I don't know.
though,
Maybe we have more room with the FFP than I know, but it just seems like a risk to put everything in one basket, and then maybe we don't get the other players we need for other positions.
Well, no, I don't think we'd necessarily do that, but it's also a case of, there's a lot of things that could be looked at in that sense, in terms of building the finances up to allow us to do that. The other thing that you'd look at is that 120 million wouldn't be in one hit.
No, probably not, but
because the amortization means that it goes over the length of the player's contract. So if he signs a 6-year deal, that's 120 million, but divided over 6 years.
But you don't know if West Ham wants the money up front or not.
And no, it doesn't matter.
Okay. All right.
Doesn't matter if we pay that up front. It in terms of the financial, like FFP, it goes off the length of the contract. So you could pay 120 million as a flat rate, but with regards to FFP, they'll class that as like the amount divided by 6 over the 6 years.
All right. Okay.
Personally, I really can't see them spending 120 million on one player or 100 million on one player,
Even
if it is spread out over 6 years. Because in my opinion, to take the next step to where we are, we need 3 or 4 first-team starters, at least 3. We need a left back, we need a holding mid, and we need another forward. That's just in my opinion. And then
a centre back
you need,
also.
Yeah. Sorry, and a centre half. Yeah, the right centre half. So
and
then you probably need a couple on the bench to.
Well, right. Well,
in
that case, we'll offer them 80 million plus Isaac Hayden, Jeff Hendrick,
Matt Ritchie.
They
did say the type of player.
Yeah,
they did say the type of player.
Javier Manquillo.
Package deal.
Yeah, just
they can get Ryan Fraser also. We don't want him apparently. So
yeah, we'll just take the lot. Yeah, it's fine.
That's the problem though. We don't have sellable assets, do we?
No, it's like nothing.
Well, we do, Maxi.
No. He stays.
We'll find what's Isak then.
No, he also stays. I need Maxi for my FIFA team, so he stays. That's important.
Yeah, I think
the only reason why I would genuinely say we'd look at selling Maxi is how many games has he been fit for this season?
Yeah, I don't care. He stays. For 3 years, he was the only spark and hope beacon in my life.
Yeah, but we don't need him now.
Yeah, but I need him still. He's special to me.
Right. Well, we'll leave it there. We will be back on Friday for the Leeds match preview. Don't know who's going to be on that. Yeah, we'll surprise you as we usually do, but we'll say thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and I'm sure a few of you will be going to watch the Champions League. So, thank you for watching.